Kitty, you're the worst. Kitty, no. Hello, my dance friends, and welcome to my channel. Today, we get a special makeup tutorial from one of my favorite dancers. Yes, I do fill the channel with my favorite dancers. The beautiful and talented Veronica Lynn. She is a Florida transplant. They're local to Austin, Texas, although we are unfortunately losing her soon. I don't want it. But the LA dance and fashion community will be super lucky to get her. And hopefully I'll get her back on this channel soon. Veronica Lynn definitely brings back what you think of as vintage belly dance in America. Veronica is a transnational fusion dancer, art model, and costumer. She creates beautifully elaborate costumes, headpieces, jewelry. I'm wearing something by Veronica Lynn today. She has her own Etsy page. You can find it on her website, her Facebook, everything I will be linking below so that you can get in touch with her for costuming, accessories, lessons, upcoming performances, and plans for dancing in general. You could find her around Austin dancing at local hookah lounges, events, festivals, and anything to do with the big stage or crowd interaction, which she has a great gift for. She is a student and purveyor of Minot and Rock Sharky style dance, previously referred to as belly dance. Video link if you need a little more information on the terminology changes. She uses a lot of music from the 60s and 70s, really bringing a retro vibe to her performance style, infusing a lot of darbuka, Afrobeat, and jazz funk to her repertoire. She does so many things, it was hard to narrow it down. Her makeup is always impeccable, and this tutorial highlights brown eyes, how to accentuate them, and how to really make that color pop. So without further ado, here's Veronica.
Hi, I'm Veronica Lynn. I'm here to show you how I like to do a belly dance eye makeup look to flatter dark eyes. Okay, let's get started. You may notice my eyebrows are a little red. I just plucked them because why would I be plucking my eyebrows in quarantine? But for you, anything. Step one, the most essential thing, eyelid primer. So this one is Milani eyeshadow primer, and it comes in different shades for fair to dark skin, but dries mostly transparent, so you can't skip this one. Otherwise, your eyeshadow is just gonna go all over the place. So I dab it on nice and even, and then let it sit for a moment before I open my eyes. So nice to see you. It's beautiful, isn't it? I don't have any foundation on right now. I'll do that after I get my eyes started, because when you're doing a really heavy, dark look with lots of shadow, I highly suggest doing that first, then your foundation. Otherwise, you're gonna get a bunch of fallout and you'll have dark powder along here, making it look like you got punched in the face. It's not a good look. So the colors we're gonna use. This color right here. This is like a really warm gray, a matte warm gray, which is really nice as a blending color. The next color we'll do is this one right here, and it's amazing. I love this one. It's like shimmery plums are really great for brown eyes. The best colors to flatter brown eyes are really deep dark gold, a little more like copper or brass colors, bronze, purple, and plum, and of course black and brown, and warm grays. Personally, I prefer grays on the warmer side than the cooler side. So we're going to take this warm matte gray and use it as our blending color, so it'll go along here, and then we'll like go in tiers. Don't be afraid, get it on there. So I'm going pretty high up with this one because it's the top tier of our 3-tiered blended eyeshadow look. Okay, other side. So I am working to make sure that gray has a nice soft edge. I want it to be blended out. Step 2, purple. This pigment is a little bit looser, so I'm going to tap it a bit on the edge of the palette so that it's not throwing dust everywhere. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm overlapping, so there's some purple overlapping with the gray, but I'm not covering it entirely. So I want it to fade. It's going to be black and then purple and then gray fading out. So I want it to overlap but not cover it entirely. And my goal is to make that purple blend into the gray nicely. The gray serves as a really nice transition from these dark colors to your skin tone. Oops. There we go. Take those little moments to pause, check your work, patch up any places that are unevenly distributed with eyeshadow. Okay, I'd say that looks even enough to me. Symmetry, what's that? Number 3. Sparkly black. This one right here. Okay, this is a palette, lots of Belly Dancers love. It's Karity Frost. They also have a matte version of this same one. The other one I used for the purple, which has a bunch of other great pigments, is BH Cosmetics Wild Child. It's lots of shimmery, warm golds and purples in that one, which I really love. This is the big moment where you gotta be real careful. Get some of that, tap the brush. And I am just looking to get this black on my lid, like right on my eyeball, not above my eyeball, just on my eyeball right now. So first thing I'm gonna do is just get it on there, and then I'm gonna blend it into the purple. So I'm just doing like little baby taps, a little bit of brushing, mostly patting. Be careful because it's hard to go back. Okay, you see how I have basically just filled in the shape of my eyelid. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side, and then we'll blend it. Make it look nice. We are gonna do some shadow on the bottom, but I will wait on that until I get my foundation on. So I'll do the top part of my lid, my upper lid, and then foundation. And then we will do makeup below the eye, which is essential. You cannot skip it. Alright, I've got the black on now. I'm gonna wipe off my brush on my little towel, which I wash so as not to be wasteful. So I'm gonna try to get as much black off of there as possible. And then I will carefully, ever so lovingly, gently blend the black. Just so soft. I really don't want to move it too far up my lid because I don't want to obscure that nice plum color. So I'm just running my brush along the edge of the black just to soften it up a bit. So I'm not blending it up like that. I'm just like caressing it. Get that excess black off. Go to the other side. One side is always going to be better than the other, huh? I'm going to add a little more gray along the top. I feel like I've lost a little bit of that. So I'm going to add a little gray, a little bit of purple to touch it up. And then I will put my foundation on. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you what this one is too. It's wonderful. I got it from my sister, which is where I get most of my makeup. It's by Dominique Cosmetics, which is actually based here in Texas. This is called Celestial Thunder. The gray that we're using is called Zero Gravity. Ooh, let's get that baby out and put it on my face. Now I'm just gently swiping some of that gray on, like very lightly, just to bump it up a little bit. See how that boosted it on this side? So soft, like an angel kiss. I put a little more purple on our purple section. Again, so soft. Touch that purple up. There we go, that's looking good, y'all. Okay, next step. I've got all this dark stuff on, and I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but there's a lot of fallout, so there's some darkness here, and I'm gonna wipe it away before I put my foundation on. And you can see how there's some here, and we don't want that because we're gonna put some light colors right in the under corner there once that foundation is on. Just clean it up, making sure not to snag the area I don't want to clean off. Putting under my eye, in the inner corner, along my nose. Be thorough. I put on my foundation. It's Too Faced Peach Perfect Won't lie, I don't recommend it. I'll not be buying it again. Because I find that although it covers really well and it's matte, which is good for stage, it's really hard to blend into. And if you make a mistake and need to wipe something off and reapply the foundation, it's not gonna work with you. But looks good if you put it on perfectly the first time. And then I just put on some powder contour. And then on top of that, some blush, and then a little bit of loose powder highlight. And then in a minute, after we're done with our eyes, I'm gonna add some glitter, because we're belly dancers. Okay, so now we're gonna attack the bottom portion of our eyeballs, beginning with our nice warm gray color, Zero Gravity. Okay, I'm just gonna dab it on there, not a lot. We're gonna be real gentle. So I'm starting right about here, like, I don't know, what would you say, a 1/4 inch below my lash line, and just using the more broad end to brush it on there very lightly, because I don't want it to be real crazy. We're gonna build it up. You could make this choice if you want to, but I'm not going all the way across my nose. I'm kind of swooping up towards the inner corner. Just a little more, then onto the other side. Nice and soft, broad side of the brush. Purple is next. I'm good, I use the same brush for everything. What I'm doing now is just adding that purple a step above the gray, so I'm not covering the gray, but they are overlapping. I'm making all those funny faces. I can't help it. I'm doing this really softly and slowly because once you put it on there, it's kind of hard to take it back off again. You can always add, but it's real hard to subtract. Now I've got my purple and my gray fading into one another. And now I'm gonna go in with the big guns, which is my nice sparkly black. This time, instead of putting it on the broader side of the brush, I'm just putting the narrower side, the tip, and I'm gonna be very, very gentle. Just applying it along the lower lash line. Always have trouble with the right side. Now I'm gonna wipe the excess eyeshadow off with my brush and softly, so softly blend the bottom of the black section. I'm paddling along. I'm gonna add a dash more purple, just a little bit, because I want a little more of that color to come through. And I'm just doing that like in the middle between the gray and the black. We're going to come back to our Dominique Cosmetics palette, and now we're going to use this beautiful color called Eternal Light right there in our inner corner. I love this color. It's beautiful. It's like a champagne color, so you could alternatively use like a shimmery white on your inner corner if you liked, but I personally prefer warm. That's our theme right now, is nice warm colors, but white is a totally good option too. The reason that I prefer to put a light shimmery color on the inner corner is because I don't want to close off my eye and make it look smaller by putting dark there, because if I put dark, they're going to look narrower. But that's also a totally valid choice. If you want to put eyeliner all up in that bitch, that's cool too. This is my personal preference and what I feel like shows off my brown eyes the most. I'm going to lay it on there. I really want to get it on there. And in a bit, I'm going to add glitter in that section. This is like the base for the glitter. And now I'm going to add just a little bit below, like the tiniest bit below my eyebrow, like just this little sliver right here, my brow bone. I'm going to add some shimmer. And we're going to fill in these bad boys in a moment. But I usually like to get my eyes all done, then I do my eyebrows. That's just how I operate. This is the greatest thing I've ever discovered. Not white, but concealer colored eyeliner. And I put on the lower lash line. It just makes your eyes look even brighter and bigger. White is good too, but I really strongly prefer the more concealer color to white. So I'm just going to blend that along the lower lash line. Occasionally just kind of swirling it onto the towel because it picks up some of the black pigment from the eyeshadow. We don't want that. We want it to be nice and bright. Wonderful. Next up, eyeliner. This eye look does not require liquid eyeliner, although I also like to use that. Lately I've been using just a lot of purple eyeliner. Go below my waterline on the skin. And I'm only gonna go up to here. So this is a really gentle application process because I don't want to color over the light eyeliner. I'm just doing along my lower lid. I really like this one because it's got a smudgy look. It's not sharp, which is what we want. We want smoky rather than sharp. I resisted false eyelashes for a long time, and then once I finally gave in and started wearing them, I'm never going back. Highly recommend learning how to use false lashes. However, before you do that, put your mascara on. I beg you, please don't wear fake eyelashes without mascara. You can choose whether to put your mascara on before or after eyelashes. Personally, I think it's easier to put it on before. I tend to roll the brush as I put it on, as I go up. And I'm trying really hard not to get any on my eyeshadow. Hopefully I didn't distance myself. And I love this mascara, it's my favorite. I've tried some fancy expensive ones. This one remains my favorite. It is Maybelline Colossal in classic black. It's just the best. It's the shape of the brush as well as the formula. And the formula is easy to clean off if you make a mistake, like I just did. I just wait for it to dry and then I take a Q-tip and I just swipe it right off, and it comes right off really easily without smudging, as long as you've given it a second to dry. Now it's time for the lashes. To kind of separate the little lashes, I wiggle it a little bit as I go down. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm going to fill in my eyebrows, and then we will attack those fake eyelashes. So what I've done since I last saw you was apply some lipstick, my eyebrows, my eyelashes, and some glitter. So real quick, I want to tell you about why I chose brown lipstick, and that is because the only thing that brings out brown eyes is more brown. This one is one of my favorites of all time because it matches so much. It is called 951, and it's made by ColourPop. It's wonderful. So it goes on really easily, doesn't bleed, but it also doesn't dry like a lot of matte lipsticks do. And then this glitter is a potted glitter, also made by ColourPop, called Outside the Lines. And it's a gel that you stick it on and it sets really well, and it won't crease like if you were to put it on your eyeball, it wouldn't crease. And it's fabulous. And this is my belly dance makeup look to flatter brown eyes on fair skin.
That's it, guys. I will be linking all of Veronica's information below. If you had any questions or ideas about today's video, please go ahead and comment below. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel so I can continue to make more videos like this for you. Thanks so much, guys.